here, when we will be moving into the intermediate, when we will be moving into the advanced certificates over there, it's a good point if we are having the idea about the programming languages, because with the help of it, we will be able to break down a particular malware. We will be able to see like how that particular malware works, right? And what are the abbreviations, what are the functions, what are the codes we are having inside of it, right? And even if we are not having the idea about it, then I will be doing what? We will be going ahead and we will be also using our AIs over there. Like whether we are talking about the chat GPT, whether we are talking about the pentest GPT, whether we are talking about the hacker GPT and many more. So with the help of it, we are having a lot of AI tools that can also help us to analyze that, right? That will be also helping us to write our own code. That is what we can implement over there, right? Along with that, we will be also talking about the digital forensics, the disaster recovery we are having. We will be discussing about the web application journey, the security cloud, and malicious activities. So all those things we are going to cover in these 14 modules. So that is what we are having as your CYSA plus over here. Now, along with that, if you guys will be looking into the types of questions, they are saying that we are having the multiple choice questions as well as we are having the performance based questions. So let me show you how a performance based question it will be looking like. In the performance based questions, like they will be providing us a iLab, like iLab we will be getting, and over there they will be asking us to perform some actions. Right. So with the help of it, what will be happening is they will be providing us a small simulation, right? And we have to perform some tasks, like we can go ahead, we can perform the simulations and many more, right? So for that, let me show you how a performance-based question it will be looking like. So everyone, please focus into your screen, and as well as I'm also dropping the link of it into the chat box. So from there also, you guys can look into it. So are you guys getting an idea? Like how a performance-based question it will be looking like? Because what they are doing is they are they are going to, you can say, ask us to perform some actions over there, right? So with the help of that, what will be happening is they will be able to assess our theoretical knowledge with the help of your MCQ, as well as the practical knowledge with the help of this performance-based question. And to be very frank, guys, when we are talking about this performance-based questions, right? Like normally we will be getting around your, you can say, approx 4 to 5 questions, right, in our examination, right? So in that particular scenario, many times the participants, what they are doing is they are providing more time in the performance-based questions. And because of that, they will be finding out the information that they are not having that much of the time left for their MCQs. So that is why in this particular scenario, even if we will be leaving all the performance-based questions, right, it is not going to, you can say, impact that much if we are, you can say, fully prepared for our MCQs. But since, as I was saying, that we will be having a lot of hands-on, so using that, what will be happening is you guys will be able to get the idea, right? You will be able to understand how we will be able to clear all these the performance-based questions over there, right? Along with that, guys, what we will be doing is like when we will be covering our modules, right? So in that particular scenario, we will be also going ahead, right? We will be also having some quick questionnaires over there. So with the help of it, what will be happening is we will be able to make sure that we are fully prepared for our examination, right? So now, is anyone having any questions, any queries, guys?
Sir, just a quick question. What is the tentative time which you are looking at to finish this course?
That is going to be our whole 40 hours over there, right? In the 40 hours, we will be able to complete it. Like if we are taking it as our 2 hours per session, it will be taking as your 20 days, right? But what we will be doing is, guys, down the line, and somewhere we will be finding that some of the sessions they are, you can say, a bit extending because of the practicals, right? So we will be looking in our each and everyone's availability, right? On the basis of that, what we will be doing is we will be going ahead and we will be trying to, you can say, cover all the topics we are having. Because when we are performing the practicals, to be very frank, guys, many times we will be getting error, right? Many times we will be finding that, like when we are trying to perform our, we can say, task, right? Many times when we will be finding that we are performing our task, right, it is also giving us some error. So that is why what I generally do during my sessions, right? First, I will be showcasing you what we are having, what we have to do, and then I will be giving you guys the time to perform the task. So at the time of it, even if you will be facing any difficulties, we will be able to resolve them.
Got it, sir. So I'll be keeping on preparing for my CISA, which is the end of February, and I'll be taking kind of guidance help meanwhile while I practice the skills with you. Thank you, sir.
Great. Right. Now, over here, guys, since I was saying that what we will be doing is we will be covering with our like the basics we are having over there, right? So, guys, whenever I start my certifications, right, whether I'm talking about the CTIA, the Cyber Threat Intelligence, whether I'm talking about the certified SOC analyst over there, right, or the CPENT or the OSCP, right, I always ask a question to all of my participants, right? Like what is the difference we are having between of the cybersecurity and the information security? What do you say? Any guess? Any idea? You guys can also give your answer into the chat box. See, guys, for making our session a lot of interactive, I will be asking a lot of questions. But if any minute you guys will be finding that, like you can say asking too many questions, you guys can let me know. We will be reducing some numbers.
Information security is the umbrella term which comprises of digital and physical security as well. whereas cybersecurity is mainly focused on the digital aspect of information security.
Great, great. What about others? Is anyone wants to add to the definition? Okay. So, guys, when we are talking about the cybersecurity, in the cybersecurity, we will be trying to protect our devices we are having. We will be trying to protect our systems we are having, right? The data we are having. Basically, we will be trying to protect our organizations, resources that are present in the digital realm. From whom? From the attackers over there, right? Whereas when we are talking about the information security, as you were saying that in the information security, we will be trying to protect not only the physical data as well as the digital data and all those things, right? So over here, when we are talking about the information security, we are having generally the three things that are related to our security. That is what we call as the CIA triad, right? So whenever we are trying to protect the confidentiality about information, the integrity about information, and the availability about information, that is what we call as your information security over there, right? So as a cybersecurity analyst, we will be having our responsibilities for protecting the CIA of our information and our systems that are being used by the organization, right? We will be having the responsibilities over there, right? We have to commit to the security we are having. That what will be happening is we can use like the multiple or the different types of the security controls over there in picture. So with the help of that, we will be able to achieve our security's objective, right? Along with that, over here, what they will be doing is they will be also asking us as an analyst that we should be having a strong understanding about the threats that our organization they are facing. So on the basis of that, we have to create some separate controls over there so that they will be able to withstand against the latest threats, right? The latest attacks we are having over there, right? So on the basis of that, over here, in both of the scenarios, guys, what we are doing is we are trying to protect our devices, we are trying to protect our assets we are having, right? From home, from the attackers or from the hackers over there, right? Now, whenever like we will be talking about the hackers, like generally the peoples they are going to have, generally the peoples they will be having idea about the hackers where they will be saying that the malicious peoples. But over here, guys, when we are talking about a hacker is a person who is having the sound knowledge of your system and the network over there, right? He will be having the answers of all the WHY questions we are having related to it, right? He will be knowing that, like, what are the things that are happening inside of it, right? Now, depending upon the hacker, what we are having is we are having the types of hackers over there. For that, we are having like the black hat hacker, we are having the white hat hacker, we are having the gray hat hacker, we got the script kiddies, we are having suicidal hackers, we are having your state sponsored, then we are having your hacktivist, right? We are having your cyber terrorist, cyber terrorist, right? Along with that, we are also having the insiders. Any guess? Any idea? What is this black hat hacker we are having?
So the black hat hacker basically who perform the non-ethical things, who is trying to gain something that is not ethical.
Black hat hackers is like a bad intention, illegal hacking.
Yeah, that is what we can say when we are talking about the black hat hackers. The black hat hackers are the people who will be having the sound knowledge of the system and the network, right? They will be having the sound knowledge of your system and the network, but what they will be doing is they are going to utilize the knowledge for the destructive purpose. Likewise, let's say we are having a person or we are having a hacker. What he will be doing is he will be performing the hack for his own personal benefit. It can be money, it can be some challenge, and many more, right? Whereas when we are talking about the white hat hackers, guys, so the white hat hacker are the hackers, right? They will be always going through the books. They will be never ever going to break the rules over there, right? A person who is having the sound knowledge of a system and the network, but he's going to utilize his knowledge for the constructive purpose over there, like we are having as your ethical hackers. Then, when we are talking about the gray head hackers, the gray head hacker, they are like the opportunity based, right? Like over there, have you guys heard about the bug bounty hunters?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So the bug bounty hunters, what they will be doing is, like they will be trying to get the unauthorized access of our system and the services, and later on they will be providing the information to the organization that boss, these are the vulnerabilities which we have discovered in your system, right? So on the basis of that, the organization they will be going ahead and they will be trying to, you can say, analyze the report which has been posted by the bug bounty hunters. And from it, what will be happening is, after assessment, they will be able to understand what are the impacts we are having. And on the basis of the impacts, what they will be doing is, they will be providing the rewards to that bug bounty hunter over there, right? Then we are having as the script kiddies. So guys, when we are talking about the script kiddie, we can say a person who is not having that much information about the ethical hacking, about what are the legal obligations we are having over there, right? We can just, in a short, we can understand them as a curious minds. Like they will be going in the internet and they will be searching, like how to hack Instagram. And on the basis of that, whatever tools, whatever scripts they will be finding in front of their screen, they are going to, can say, all perform them, right? They're not having the idea about the legal obligations. Just they're finding it interesting and they will be performing it. Then after it, we are having as your suicidal hackers. So guys, when we are talking about the suicidal hackers, right? So the suicidal hackers, what they will be doing is they will be performing the hack, right? Where they know the information about the legal obligations. They know that if they will be performing the hack, they will be put behind the bar. But it's still what they will be doing is they are going to perform the hack over there, right? We can say that like they are emotionally convinced over there that they are not going to worry about getting caught. So that is what we are having as a suicidal hacker. Is it clear? The suicidal hacker, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, many a times, my participants they will be having a bit query between the black hat hacker and the suicidal hacker because they sound quite similar. Any guess? Any idea? What is the difference we are having between them?
Between the suicide hackers and the black hat.
Yeah,
So black hat hackers are more into the financial aspect of the hack, and they are very opportunistic. Uh, Whereas the suicide hackers are much more intentional driven, where they do not care about the consequences. So kind of, whatever happens, but they are driven to a common purpose, a common goal, or a common agenda. Whereas black hats generally try to attack the weakest systems or the weakest way to exploit to get financial gain out of it, let's say through ransomware or through social engineering. But whereas the suicide hackers, they are more towards, let's say, I want to attack this organization, come what may.
Yep, yep. Like over there, when we are talking about the black hat hacker. So guys, it is not about the skill sets. Both of them, we can say they are fully, you can say skilled. But what will be happening is our black hat hackers, right? If in any points they will be finding the information, right? If any point they will be finding the information that after performing the hack, they will be getting caught. So what they will be doing is they will be stopping their attack over there, right? They are not going to perform that hack. Whereas our societal hackers, right, what they will be doing is they will be also looking for the ways so that they won't be getting caught. But if they will be finding the information that even after you can say performing all the actions, right, so that they won't be getting caught, still what they will be doing is they are going to perform the hack over there. They are not going to worry about getting caught, right? Like let's say over here, when we are talking about the suicidal hacker, right? Let's say over there, a person, right? A person over there, he was not happy with the organization, right? He was not happy with the organization. And due to some reason, he has also left the organization over there. Now, in that particular scenario, since he's having some, you can say, anger issues with the organizations, right? He want to take the revenge over there. So in that particular scenario, what he will be doing is he's not going to worry about getting caught. He just want to take the revenge in that particular scenario against that particular organization. So that's what we are having as your, that is what we are having as your suicidal hacker. Then after that, we are having as your state sponsor. Now, guys, when we are talking about the state sponsored are what? These are the hackers over there, which are being employed by the government. It can be our, it can be our the state government, it can be our country government, it can be our the national governments. In short, when the government is paying for them, that is what we call as your, that is what we call as your the state is sponsored over there. Then after it, what we are having is we are having the activists. So guys, when we are talking about the activists over there, right? So the activists are what? These are the hackers over there who will be working for a particular agenda, right? They will be working for a particular agenda over there. Now, over here, have you guys heard about the hacker group name Anonymous?
Yes, sir.
Right? They are quite famous over there when we are talking about the anonymous because what they are doing is they are you can say working for a particular agenda over there, right? So for the activists, it doesn't matter whether a particular cause it is good for the society or not. If they are thinking that it is good for the society or like whatever thing they are doing, it is good over there, then they are going to perform it. That is what we are having as your activist over there. Like over there previously guys when we are talking about the anonymous group like generally the FBI and the CIA they are after the anonymous group over there but during the time right during the time of your the Paris attack it happened so at that time they came into the media and they said that like they are going to reveal they are going to reveal the identity we are having of those hackers over there of those peoples over there right and at that time At that time, what was happening was even the FBI, even the CIA, they were all welcoming the information. Right. Along with that, guys, have you guys heard about the activity that started in your US with the name of your Black Lives Matters?
Yes, sir.
Right. So during that time also, like a person named your George Floyd, right? A person named as your George Floyd, he got killed during the time of his arrest, right? So during the time of it, what happened is same the anonymous group, it came into the media and they said that like this is the limit of the police department. And now they are going to reveal a lot of dirty secrets regarding the police department. And after a week, they also leaked a lot of information that was related to them, right? And later on, they also revealed a lot of information that was related to the president of that time, that was Donald Trump. So that's what we are having as a activist. Then after it, we are having as your cyber terrorists. See, guys, whenever the word terrorism, right, it will be getting attached, there will be always a loss of human life, right? So any cyber activity, right, any cyber activity that is leading towards the loss of human life, that is what we call as your cyber terrorist over there, or the cyber terrorism over there. And the peoples who are responsible for it, we will be calling them as your cyber terrorists. So for that, have you guys heard about the malware attack that was being done from the US on your Iran with the name of your Stuxnet?
Yes, sir, which has been implanted through the USB, I believe, not through network, and it completely halted the plutonium core of the Iranian reactors.
Yeah, it was on the nuclear power plant over there, right? So in that particular scenario, what was happening is like at that particular period of time, they were able to, they were able to can say compromise almost the whole nuclear power plant in Iran. So would that compromise of your nuclear power plant may have led to the loss of human life or not? What do you say?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we can call it as an activity of your cyber terrorism. Right. Then after it, guys, we are having the insiders. Now, guys, when we are talking about the insiders in an organization over there, what will be happening is what we are having is like we are having insider threats over there for our organizations. Right. Now, on the basis of the insider threats for our organization, what they are having is they are having like the malicious insider as well as unintentional over there. Like, have you guys ever found that we are working in a very important, right? We are working in a very important file, but due to some of our mistakes, right, it has been removed from our system, right? Or it has been deleted from our system over there. We were not having any intentions of deleting it, but due to some mistakes, what is happening is it has been, you can say, deleted from our system over there.
Apologies, sir, I missed the question. Was it a question for us?
Like I was asking that, like, have you guys ever found that we are working in a very important work or a very important project over there, but due to mistakes, like we have deleted those files. We were not having any intentions for them.
Right, right. Yep.
So that is also the insider threat for the organization.
Yes, sir. Unintentional insider.
Yeah. Like we were not having any intentions for performing them, but due to our mistakes, it has been removed from the system, right? As well as we are also having the people who will be having intentions for performing them. For that, we are having as a malicious insider. So when we are talking about the malicious insider, right? When we are talking about the malicious insider, so like over here, we can say an employee who is not happy with the organization, right? An employee who is not happy with the organization, right? He's not happy with the politics around him in the organization, then he tends to become malicious, right? Sorry. Yeah. So then it tends to become malicious over there, right? And now we can consider about a person, right? We can consider about a person who is having all the access of, you can say, the sensitive information inside of our organization. Now, if he will be revealing those information, if he is going to reveal all those information over there, to some third party. So because of that, what will be happening is our organization, they have to face a big loss, right? That is what we are having as your malicious insider, or we can say like a disgruntled employee. Now, over here, guys, when we are talking about the malicious insider, like it is just not related to the employees we are having. Even even the business partners, they can also become, you can say, malicious insiders over there, right? So that is what we are having as the types of hackers. Now, after that, over here, any guess, any idea, what is your hack or what is your hacking?
It is making a system go in unintended ways by exploiting any vulnerabilities.
Yeah,
Not,
we can
not
say.
for which the system was being built, but I have to find, or the person finds out creative ways through which he can interact with the system and extract information from the system for which the system was not intended for.
Yeah, yeah, we can say. Along with that, along with that, like, let me make it quite easier for everyone to understand. So for it, guys, for it, like, have you guys seen the videos we are having in your YouTube? We are having in your Instagram over there that will be showing us the DIY hacks, where they will be showcasing us they will be showcasing us like how to you can say clean our the white sneakers with the help of a toothpaste. They will be showcasing us how to you can say fold our clothes so that we will be able to put you can say a lot more in our luggage. The traveling hacks.
Little bit, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So in that particular scenario, what they will be doing is they will be, you can say, showcasing the things, right? They are going to, you can say, showcase the things over there, like how, right? Like how we will be able to, you can say, perform those actions from the very unconventional way we are having, right? Like if I will be talking about an example, like let's say we are going in a market and we are purchasing soft drink bottles over there. Like let's say we are purchasing a Pepsi. Now, after that, what we are doing is we are not going to throw that particular bottle, right? Instead of that, like many times, we are bringing that particular bottle back to our location, right? So, with the help of it, what will be happening is we will be able to use that particular bottle as our fridge bottle for storing the water, right? That is what, that is also your hack, right? We are performing the things from the very non-conventional way, like the vendors over there, right? The you can say the manufacturer we are having for your Pepsi, they were not having any idea that the peoples they are going to use the bottle in this way, but here we are doing that, right? That is also your hack. Let me give you another example when we are talking about your hack or the hacking. So for that, let's say over there, what is happening is we are going, right? We are going to from one point to the another point. Like let's say we are, you can say, going from Delhi to Mumbai. Now, in that particular scenario, what will be happening is like everyone will be following the lanes. Everyone will be following the rules we are having, right? But what we will be doing is instead of directly looking for the, you can say, the lane over there, right? We will be trying to look for what are the loopholes we are having, what are the shortcuts we are having, so that we will be able to visit that particular location bit quicker. So that's what we call as your hack over there. Now, coming into the technical terms, as you were saying that when we are talking about your hack or the hacking, right? So in this, what will be happening is the attackers, they will be trying to take the unauthorized access of our system and the services over there without the owner's permission. right? So for it, what will be happening is, like, let's say over here, we are having Mr. Amol, we are having Mr. Hamdi, right? So both of them, like they are like the colleagues we are having in an organization, right? Now, let's say what will be happening is Mr. Amol, right? He's going to have a very important meeting after 10 minutes, right? He's going to have a very important meeting over there after 10 minutes, right? So for in that particular scenario, he will be trying to reach to his desk, and when he will be reaching to his desk, he will be finding the information that his laptop is not working. So in that particular scenario, he will be quickly going ahead to Mr. Hamad, right? He will be saying that, buddy, my laptop is not working, and I'm going to have a very important meeting after 10 minutes. So can I please use your laptop? Right? He will be asking him that, buddy, can I please use your laptop over there for my task? Right? So in that particular scenario, what will be happening is Mr. Ahmed, right? Since both of them, they are like colleagues over there. So what will be happening is he will be allowing him, right? He's going to allow Mr. Amol to use his laptop for, right? He will be allowing Mr. Amol to use his laptop for the for his work over there, right? For his meeting over there. So that's what we are having as a normal scenario, right? That is what we are having as your normal scenario over there. But now, let's say again, right, talking about the second scenario, what will be happening is, like Mr. Amol, he is again going to have a meeting, a very important meeting. And for that, what will be happening is like he will be looking into his system, he will be finding that his system is not working. Right. And that particular scenario, what he will be doing is he will be going ahead, he will be reaching to Mr. He will be reaching towards Mr. We can say Ahmed's desk, and he will be finding that Mr. Ahmed he is not present in that particular period of time. And then what he will be doing is without his permission, right? Without his permission over there, he is going to utilize, right? He will be using his system for his own purpose over there. That is what we are having as your that is what we are having as your the hack over there. When we are trying to, you can say, when we are trying to, you can say, utilize, right? When we are trying to, you can say, utilize, or when we are trying to, you can say, access the services over there, right? Without a proper permission, right? We are taking the unauthorized access of the system and the services over there without the permission of your person or the owner. That is what we call as a hack or the hacking. Now, for it, what we are having is when we are talking about this hack or the hacking, right? We are having some phases of your hacking that we should be having the idea about them. So that later on, when we will be talking about the security operations, when we will be talking about the incident response, the threat hunting, we should be having the idea like how the attackers they will be performing their hack. So for that, we are having the five phases inside of it. So inside of it, guys, we are having the five phases of your hacking over there. For that, we are having the very first one, that is what we call as your footprinting over there. So when we are talking about the footprinting, right? When we are talking about this footprinting over there, so inside of that, what the attackers they will be doing is they will be trying to, you can say, gather as much information as they can about the victim. So for that, if I will be giving you the example, like let's say you have to, you can say, compromise a person's account, right? Yeah, you guys have to compromise a person's account named Ashish. So guys, this Ashish name, it is quite common, right? Around the globe, we will be finding a lots of person with the same name as your Ashish. So in that particular scenario, what will be happening is since we are having a lot of people with the same name, so it will be quite difficult for us, right? It will be quite difficult for us if we will be trying to directly go ahead and we will be trying to compromise his account. So that is why the very first thing what we will be doing is we will be trying to narrow down the search area we are having. So with the help of it, we will be able to can say we will be able to can say gather the information regarding the victim. Right. Then once we are having the clear information that boss, this is the target we are having, that is what we have to compromise. Then after that, we are having the next phase. That is what we call as your scanning over there. Right. So when we're talking about this scanning, so in this scanning, what will be happening is the attackers, they will be trying to find out the information. The attackers, they will be trying to, you can say, find out the information regarding our the system, right? Regarding the ports we are having, right? So when we are talking about the ports, any guess, any idea what is a port or what are the ports we are having in our system?
It's a logical networking concept through which a system's particular software or application can interact with another system's software and application.
Yeah, yeah. Like when we are talking about the ports, guys, right? So
Ports means for every unique services, one unique number has been given. It's called port.
yeah, we can say we can say like when we are talking about the ports, ports are what? Ports are like the gateways. Ports are what? Ports are like the gateways through which a computer it will be providing its services over there, right? So in that particular scenario, like we are having the port number 80, we are having the port number 445, we are having 443 over there. On that, like we are using the services like your HTTP, HTTPS, SMB over there, and many more. So these are what these are the ports over there. So on the basis of it, what will be happening is when we are talking about these ports, see over here, what will be happening is the attacker he will be trying to can say find out some medium through which he will be able to compromise our system. Like let's say if I want to compromise, if I want to compromise Amol's laptop over there, or like let's say I want to you can say perform the attack on Mr. Jaspreet's system. So in this particular scenario, we both are sitting into the different location, right? We both are sitting into the different location over there. And if I have to, you can say, compromise this system, so for that, I will be requiring some sort of medium. And for that, we will be having some, you can say, conditions over there. The condition number one, that Jaspreet's systems, it should be powered on, it should be connected with the internet. Then only I will be able to compromise the system. Is it true? Can I say it, guys? As my very first condition? Yep.
Yes.
Now, in this particular scenario, what we can do is, have you guys heard about ping, the ping utility?
Yep.
Yes.
right?
Yes,
So, so over there, what we are having is we are having a very small utility with the name of your ping. So ping is what? It is a utility we are having, and with the help of it, we will be able to find out the information about the reachability of our target, right? It will be providing us the information whether the target system it is available or not, right? So using that, we will be able to understand like the target system we are having, whether it is connected with the internet or not, right? Whether it is powered on or not. And once we have, as attacker, like let's say we have confirmed the information that yeah, Jaspreet's laptop it is powered on, it is connected with the internet. Then we can move ahead and we will be trying to figure out what are the ports we are having, what are the services that are running. Along with that, what are the vulnerable services we are having in your Jaspreet system, right? So using that, what will be happening is after finding out all those information, right, we can move ahead and we will be able to plan the next phase of our task, right? That is, we are having like you're gaining access. Afterwards, we have find out the information about the boss. These are the vulnerabilities that are present in your Jaspreet's system over there, right? So that is how what we can do is we can go ahead and we can compromise them easily. Right. So that is what we can do when we are talking about this gaining access, right? Once we have found out the information about the vulnerabilities, we will be going ahead and we will be trying to take the advantage of those vulnerabilities. That's what we call as your gaining access. Then after that, we are having the next one. That is what we call as your maintaining access, right? So when we are talking about this maintaining access, maintaining access means to say, like, let's say I got the access of your system. Like, let's say I got the access of Jaspreet's system over there. And afterwards, what will be happening is Jaspreet, he will be looking at his system and he will be finding that something fishy is going on, right? He will be, you can say, getting the idea that something fishy is going on in his system. So in that particular scenario, just read what he will be doing is he will be checking the logs, he will be checking the services, he will be checking the registries over there, and from there he will be finding the information that the system is under an attack. So for that, don't you think, guys, that Jasprit he will be trying to kick me out from his system? Can we say? Like he will be performing the different actions over there so that he will be able to make sure that his system it is safe and sound. So for that, he will be trying to kick me out from his system over there, right?
Right. Once anyone gets a notice of it.
Yeah. But over here, with whatever objective, as an attacker, I have performed that particular attack. I have initiated that particular hack over there. What I will be doing is, I will be trying to remain in the side of a system. Reason being, because I have not achieved my goal. With whatever intention we have started this particular hack, we have not achieved those objectives over there. So that is why we will be having this maintaining access in that the attackers, what they are doing is they will be trying to, you can say, the attackers over there, what they will be doing is they will be trying to, you can say, install malwares inside of our system, more malwares inside of our system, like the Trojans, the rootkits we are having, and many more. So they will be able to hide their own malicious activities. They will be able to get the access of our system at that time and in the future also. Then after that, once he is able to, as attacker, we are able to can say, maintain the persistence inside of the Jaspreet system over there, guys. Then we will be going ahead and we will be having the very last phase. That is what we call as your covering tracks. Now, in this covering tracks, what will be happening is the attacker he will be trying to remove the evidence of your compromise over there. So with the help of it, he will be able to make sure that. right? With the help of it, he will be able to make sure that whatever activities he has done so far, right, we will be not getting caught. So for that, guys, can we check logs over there that will be providing us the information about the system compromise?
Right.
Right? So the logs are what? Logs are considered as the treasure trove for us, for the security analysts, for the forensic peoples we are having. Because the logs, they will be providing all the information that is happening inside of the system over there, right? And using that, what will be happening is we will be able to understand like how those things happen and what went wrong over there, how the attacker he was able to compromise our system. All the things we will be able to find out from there, right? So for that, in this particular scenario, the attacker he will be manipulating the logs, they will be deleting the logs over there to make sure that what will be happening is he won't be getting caught. So for it, like over here, what we are having is, like let's take example. Like instead of having an online session, let's say we all are sitting in the same location under a roof. My and let's say my mobile phone is not working, and I will be asking to Jasin that buddy, my mobile phone is not working. Can I please use your mobile phone? I need to make a very urgent call. And since like we all are going to, you can say, have our sessions for around a month over there. So let's say Jasin, what he will be doing is he will be saying that no problem, you can use yours, you can use my mobile phone over there, right? So when I will be getting the access of his mobile phone, I will be able to see to whom he called last night, what was the call duration, all those of answers I will be able to find. Any guess? Any idea from where I will be finding that information?
Call log history.
Yep, the call logs. And let's say if Jasin he do not want me to find all those information. So in that particular scenario, what he will be doing is he will be altering that call log. Either he will be deleting them, either he will be manipulating them so that we won't be able to find out the information. So same thing, it is also being done by the attackers over there. What they will be doing is they will be trying to manipulate the logs. They will be trying to delete the evidence of the compromise over there. So that is what we are having as a covering trends. Are we clear with that?
Yes.
Great. Now, as I was saying that, guys, as I was promising previously, that first we will be covering the prerequisites we are having. So for that, what we will be doing is we are having the prerequisites like the system and the network over there. So now let's move on to the system. Now, what do you say, guys? Like when we are talking about the systems over there, from how many years you guys are using the system? Can I say around 10 to 15 years?
Yep.
Yeah. So in that particular scenario, can anyone tell me how system boots up, right? I mean to ask, like, what is the process we are having between we will be pressing into the power on button and then we will be getting your Windows logo on screen. Any guess? Any idea? Like, what is the process we are having between of these two things?
So once the power on button, is pressed, it does a post check, that is power on self test. Previously used to be found out through beep noises, actually the system tests whether all the input and the output ports are functioning. Then it will be trying to find out the master boot record or the GUID depending on the firmware of the system. If it's a BIOS, then MBR, master boot record. If it's a UEFI, then it will be doing I forgot. So basically, it will try to find out the location of the operating system, the file location of the operating system where it is kept in the C drive. Then it will load all the basic kernel modules, the basic drivers. Then once the kernel module is being run, it will hand over to the main application of Windows operating system or Linux, and it will boot up all the user space and all the application specific softwares. First, it will go for the kernel software or the kernel drivers. Then it will go for the application software.
Great. Great. But over here, since you were saying that it will be performing like the power on self-test we are having post, right, that will be done along with our BIOS, right, or the UEFI, the Unified Extensible Firmware interface we are having. But any guess, any idea, like why it is going to your BIOS, not to some other location? Okay, do one thing, guys. Everyone, go to your browser and look for it. Why it is only going to your BIOS, not to some other location. The reason why I'm asking this, because they are not hardwired. There is a logical reason behind of it.
Because BIOS stores all BIOS kind of act as a bridge between the hardware and the operating system.
Yeah, we can say like the basic input output system we are having, it will be checking each and everything along with our post. But again, the question comes, why it is going to your BIOS? Because they're not hardwired directly. Everyone, I'm giving you 3 minutes over there. Look for it.
I think the CPU itself is programmed um,
Yep, yep,
to look into the BIOS.
yep. So for that, what is happening is like we are having the processor over here. Let's say this is the processor we are having. Let's say this is what? This is the processor we are having. And inside of it, what we are having is in the back side of it, depending upon the different processors, right, we will be having the pins. Right? What we are having is we are having the pins over here. Now, over here, guys, the moment we will be going ahead and we will be pressing this power on button, right? What will be happening is we can say the current over there, it will be hitting to the processor, and from there it is going to hit the very first register we are having, right? These pins we are having, they are known as like the register. That is going to, you can say, have the address of your BIOS, right? So that is how it will be getting the information that what we have to do is the very first thing we have to perform like the BIOS, the basic input output system we are having, right? What it will be doing is it will be lighting up the very first register we are having that will be providing it the address of your BIOS. That is how it will be getting the idea that we have to reach to BIOS, not to some other location. Right. Now, over here, the moment it will be hitting to our BIOS, what it will be doing is it will be starting the work we are having as your post over there, the power own self-test, and what it will be doing is it will be going ahead, right? The power on self-test, it will be going ahead over there, and it is going to can say check each and everything we are having in our system, right? Like previously, as you were saying that, like we were having like a beep noise that was coming over there, right? That used to say like this is okay, that is okay, the system is okay, and many more, right? Now, over here, the very last thing that will be getting checked from your BIOS, that is what we are having as your hard disk. Now, guys, our hard disk from inside of it, it is going to look like this, right? Inside of that, what we will be having is we will be having the partitions, not the physical, but actually the logical partitions we will be having inside of it. And these circles, which I'm creating right now, they are being known as your tracks. And then we will be having our partitions like this. All right. So over here, what is happening is we are having these many numbers of the partitions, and these empty spaces which we are finding over there, they are being known as your sectors over there, right? They are being known as your sectors. Now, inside of it, guys, what we are having is we are having the total number of the sectors. That is what we got as your eight over there, right? What we are having is we are having the eight sector inside of it, and the very first sector that is going to, right? The very first sector we will be having over there, what it will be doing is it will be holding the information we are having regarding the bootloader and the MBR, right? So for that, over here, we are having the sector, and the very first sector, it is being known as your sector 0, right? So over here, the sector 0, it is going to hold the information regarding the MBR as well as the bootloader, right? Then after that, since I was saying that we are having the eight sectors, so let me show you a sector size, it will be 512 bytes. And since we got the eight sectors, that is going to make as your 512 times 8, that will be providing us like a 4096, right? Or we can also say it like a 4 KB. So this is what we are having, this 4096 byte, or we are having this 4 KB over there, guys. So it will be known as your cluster. It will be known as your a cluster over there. So when we are talking about a cluster is what it is a minimum allocation unit we are having. Right in our Windows, we are having the NTFS, the file system over there, and it will be allotting the size on the basis of this cluster. Right. Let me show you for that. Over here, if I will be going ahead and I will be creating a file. Right. Now, guys, inside of this particular file, let me write some word. Hello, everyone. It's pleasure to be here for you guys. So I'm just adding some word, right? And now I'm going to save this file. Closing it. Let me show you the properties we are having of this file. Now, looking into the properties, can you guys can see like over here, The size of this file it is saying as a 67 byte, but size on the disk it is saying as a 0 bytes over there. Any guess? Any idea? Why? The size it's saying like a 67 bytes over there of the file, but size on the disk it is saying like a 0. Does it mean that it is not getting stored inside of my SSD or inside of my hard disk? Any guess? No worries, guys. The wrong answers are also welcome. No problem with that. It means that if you will be having some questions, it means that we are having some queries in our mind, right? And for that, I am here to resolve your queries, to resolve your questions over there, right? So that we can discuss about them. And in the last, we will be having the answer for all the queries and the questions we are having. Now, what do you say about it?
Would you again kindly go to the properties, please?
Sure.
So as of now, when we are trying to load the file, it is there in the RAM. But as of now, there is no character. Uh, Only thing is there is file metadata. I don't know whether it is consuming the space or not. The file metadata.
Okay, so since you're saying that this particular file, it should be present in our RAM over there, right? So it means that like the information we are having in our RAM, they will be getting, you can say, removed over there the moment we will be restarting our system, right? But let's see what will be happening over here. So I'm just opening my virtual environment. That is what I can restart to show you. So let me again quickly create the file over here also. And now let me show you the properties of 58 bytes and size on the disk 0 bytes. So next, I'm going to restart my Windows. Now, I've just restarted my Windows over here. Again, looking into the properties, you guys can see it is still present. If it was in my RAM, it should be getting removed from my system. But we can see it is still present over there. Now, any guess?
Because the file size is not more than minimum file allocation which is defined by Windows.
Yep, yep. That's the answer we are having of it, right? So over here, our Windows, what it will be doing is it will be allotting us the size on the basis of this cluster. If I will be saving it over here, and again, I will be checking the properties we are having for it. So you guys can see right now the file size is your 498 bytes.
If file size achieve 500 something, then it's showing.
Yep, we'll be copying it over here, paste, save. The properties, you guys can see now it has exceeded 684 bytes. Again, we'll be looking into that. And saving it over here. Now, again, we will be looking into the properties. And right now, you guys can see the size of the file. It is the 864 bytes. But now the size of the disk, it is showing us like a 4 KB. So in this particular scenario, what is happening is in this particular scenario, guys, what is happening is like over there, we are having the threshold value, right? We are having a threshold value over there. So in this particular scenario, like it is showcasing us the total file size, like your 4 KB, and the size of that particular file, we are having nearly of your, we can say 1 KB over there. So over here, previously when our file, right? Previously when our file it was having, you can say smaller size over there. So in that particular scenario, it was getting stored into the slack space of some other file like this. We are having like a file size of 1 KB and we are having the 3 KB of the left out storage. That is what we call as the slack space, the empty space we are having. Right. So previously, when our file it was less than around of your 600 bytes or 700 bytes, it will be depending upon this depending upon the system, right? So on the basis of that, when that particular file, right, it will be exceeding that particular threshold value, then only a cluster will be getting allocated, and by doing that, they will be saying that they are having the size of your 4 KB on the disk. Otherwise, they will be getting stored in some other files location. In some other files, empty space we are having, the slack space. Is it clear?
Yes.
Apologies, sir. Not completely clear. So there should be a basic amount of space before which the file can be termed as capturing space in the hard disk.
Yeah, like over there, right now also it is also like previously when it was just showing us the 56 bytes of it, right? So that time also it was getting stored inside of our hard disk. But what was happening is like we are having the threshold value for allotting this cluster, right? That is going to be near of your 500 to your 700 bytes. If the file, it will be exceeding this particular size value, then only they will be showing us the information, right? Then only they will be showing us the information like the size on the disk of your 4 KB. Otherwise, they will be getting stored in some other files slack space. And when we will be trying to perform the digital forensics over there, it will be quite difficult for us to recover that file because of its smaller size.
Got it. Okay, okay. So basically, if the file is there in the slack space, then it will be harder for us to recover because it does not have a minimum size of more than 512 KB.
Yeah. Yep. Now, over here, we are going to talk about the sector we are having, the sector 0, as we were talking about it, that it is containing our MBR and the bootloader inside of it. So let's say this is the sector 0 we are having, and inside of that, we will be having some partitions. So let me name them. We got the sector 0 that is having the total size of, like, let's say 500 bytes over there, 512 bytes over there. Now, just after that, we will be having the bootloader that will be helping us to load the operating system into the memory. If our system it is not having a bootloader, then what will be happening is we won't be able to load the operating system into the memory over there. So that is why the bootloader it is quite critical, and it is having the size of your 446 bytes. Then after that, we are having our partition table, right? Now, guys, when we are talking about the partition table, so this is the location we are having. Inside of it, our data, it will be getting stored. Whether we are talking about the operating system data, whether we are talking about our systems data, right? On the basis of it, what will be happening is we are having two types of partition. We are having the primary partition and we are having the secondary partition. Primary partition means to say where we are going to you can say, store the information, right? Where we are going to you can say, store the information regarding the operating system details. So for that, like let's say we have installed the Windows 10 in our laptop. So it is going to consume the size of your 16 bytes. Right. Then after that, if we have created the dual booting, means that in a single system, we are having the multiple operating system, then what will be happening is their information it will be getting stored. But now let's say we have not created something like that. So the 16 bytes it will be consumed, 16 bytes it will be getting consumed, and then we are having 16 bytes that is getting consumed by the system reserve. And then and the last, we will be having your Windows operating system signature that will be having the size of your 2 bytes. Right now, over here, guys, in this particular scenario, what will be happening is again telling you guys that we started, right? We started with our like the system boot up over there, right? We started with clicking on this power button where the current it will be passed down over the processor we are having, and the back of the processor we are having. In the back of the processor, we are having these registers that will be containing, right? That will be containing the addresses over there, right? And the very first register, it will be providing us the information about the bootloader, right? Then, sorry, the BIOS over there. Now, the BIOS, what it will be doing is it will be checking each and everything and hierarchy. That system is okay, keyboard is okay, mouse is okay, this is okay, and all. Then, after that, the last thing that is getting checked by our BIOS, that is what we are having as your hard disk. Now, inside of the hard disk, we are having inside of the hard disk, we are having the sectors over there, right? It will be containing the information about the MBR, the master boot record, as well as the bootloader, right? Then after that, the very time, right? Like it will be, you can say, checking our hard disk. What it will be doing is the you can say the control, it will be passed down to our hard disk over there, right? And inside of it, what will be happening is the bootloader, it will be coming into the picture, and it is going to check the operating system that has been installed inside of our system, right? It is going to check the operating system that has been installed inside of our system over there. And after finding out the information about the operating system, what it will be doing is it will be going ahead and it is going to check the operating system signature to make sure that, yeah, it's a legitimate operating system, right? So once it will be capturing the Windows OS signature we are having, then after that, it will be going ahead and it will be providing us the Windows log on a screen where we will be going ahead and we will be providing our credential inside of it so that we will be logging inside of our system. So this is how your Windows boots up. But nowadays, instead of using the BIOS, we are having as your UEFI, the Unified Extensible Firmware Interface. And along with that, we are not using the MBR because in the MBR, you guys can see we are only able to create, right? We are only able to create the 4 primary partition, right? We are only able to create these 4 primary partition over there. And out of that, one partition, it is always going to be reserved from the system over there, right? And as well as we are also finding the information that over here, 2 partitions of the 16 and the 16 bytes, they are also getting pre-allotted. It means that we will be finding us a free space in which the attackers, they are able to, you can say, put their malicious commands, malicious scripts, and due to that, they can delete the bootloader we are having inside of our system. They can also put the malicious command so that they will be able to put the malicious MBR, the master boot record, in our system over there. And due to that, they will be able to get the access of our system. So that is why we are having nowadays your GPT, the GUID partition table that will be allowing us to create around of your 123 primary partition. And along with that, what it will be doing is, like previously we were finding that this particular 16 and the 16 bytes of the uh, these 2 partitions, they were getting pre-allotted. But now over here, what will be happening is using the GPT, the GUID partition table, what it will be doing is it will be locking those partition. It means that over there inside of it, what will be happening is unless and until we are not creating the dual booting, right? Unless and until we are not going ahead and we are trying to consume the primary partition over there, this particular location, it will be getting locked over there. So because of that, the attackers, they won't be able to put their malicious scripts inside of it. So this is how, guys, our system boots up. Are we clear with this?
Please tell about UEFI again.
Okay. So when we are talking about this UEFI, the Unified Extensible Firmware Interface, so what it is doing is it is providing us a lot of like the security options inside of our system, like whether we are talking about the secure booter, right? So previously at the time of your BIOS, what was happening is like let's say, let me give you the example. Let's say we will be going ahead and what we will be doing is like we will be putting a malware inside of a system over there, right? Now, in that particular scenario, what it will be doing is like the malware, it will be getting executed if it has been set up to get executed during the time of the boot up over there. Because our anti-malware solutions, what they will be doing is they will be just going ahead and they will be scanning for the malware once the system has been booted up. But in this particular scenario, we are saying that the malware is working when our system it is getting booted up, right? So this is the problem we were having with our BIOS over there, right? But when we are talking about this UEFI, right? So it has just replaced our BIOS. Like in modern systems, we are just getting your UEFI as compared to over the previous systems that were having as your BIOS. This UEFI, it is providing us like a GUI over there, the graphical interface, right? Like we can use the mouse over there at the time of our boot process. Along with that, what it will be doing is it is also providing us a support for the secure boot process. With the help of that, it will be able to prevent the malicious or the unsigned software to get executed during the time of the booting. Right? It will be also helping us to protect against the malwares like we are having the rootkits. Right? The malwares that are getting executed during the time of the bootloader, the boots over there. Right? Like we are having the cavity virus, right? We are having the rootkits over there, right? So with the help of it, we will be getting the faster boot time and the better system, right? That is quite easier to update, that is quite easier to customize, that is quite easier to maintain. Along with that, it is more secure than when we are talking about your BIOS. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Great. Now, if you want to check whether your system is having the BIOS or the UEFI, you guys can just simply go ahead and you can click on your disk management over here. Just a second, it is making my system a bit slow. I'm having a lot of services that are running behind. So over here, either we can open our computer management or either we can open our disk management over there, right? So with the help of that, they will be providing us the information, right? So guys, this is the computer management we are having. We can go into the disk management, right? And the moment you guys will be clicking on this disk zero, right click on it, and now it is saying that convert to MBR disk. Although it has been gray out, but they are providing us the idea that what is happening is we are having, right? They are providing us the idea that we are having the GPT in our system, the GUID partition table. Is it clear?
Sir, I also went from the system summary. Is that okay as well? It is giving BIOS mode, UEFI, and baseboard manufacturer from the system information.
Yeah, like that will be, you can say, providing you the approx information,
Oh,
right? Like whether you are having this one, whether you are having that one. Okay. But if you will be going through this disk management, it will be showcasing you the information that convert to your MBR. It means that we are using your the GPT over there, the GUID partition table. Great. Now, guys, this is all we have to discuss today. Is anyone having any questions, any queries so far which you have discussed over here? But do you say Mr. Ahmad, Amol, Bimlesh, Jasin, Karan, Mr. Kamal, Mriganka, Nagesh, Navneet, Satish? What do you say? Karan Raj?
not right now, sir, but while I'll be doing the practice questions. I'll be definitely asking in the group, WhatsApp group once you create it. Will there be any WhatsApp group, sir?
Yeah,
Okay,
later on we will be looking at it.
sure. I'll be posting such questions for the team and yourself, sir, for which I have down.
Great, no worries. Like we will be going through a lot of questions as well. Okay,
Sure, sir.
great. So thank you everyone. Thank you for joining in. Have a great day ahead and see you tomorrow. Right, where we will be, you can say, talking about the networking concepts we are having.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for joining in.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Really appreciate this session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Muriganta. Jamlesh.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you everyone.